Welcome. In front of me is a POCO X8 Pro Max, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, to get started, you probably will first want to back up your device, as resetting it will delete all the data that is stored on it, which includes things like your photos, videos, contacts, and so on. So, I'm going to show you a couple ways you can back up your device or migrate it, depending on which one will be better for you. So if you're not interested in this, you can skip forward by like probably 7 minutes, as I am going to go a little bit in depth. So, the probably most common way you can back up your device, and potentially even doing it right now, will be through Google. So if we go into our settings and then navigate down to Google, sorry, maybe not Google, where's the other backup? Quickly try to find this crap. Wait, I remember where it is. The most logical place on Xiaomi's. How about phone? And it's right here, backup and restore. So, in here we actually have all the different ways we can do this, which is kind of nice. So starting off with the Google one, you can see when you click on it, we have photos and videos backed up, but other device data is not, which you can toggle on if you want to. And in here I do want to point out, it says that it backs up things like contacts, call history, device settings, apps, app data, SMS, and MMS messages. Now, that's bullshit. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's just a load of barnacles right here. As some of the most important things that it doesn't back up will be applications and app data. Now, anything else that it backs up, like SMS, MMS, contacts, and so on, well, that's very beneficial for Google, because when they back it up, they actually have access to it, which means that they can train their AI models, and great, your privacy went just down the shitter, which I just generally hate. But the thing that you'd care about, which is kind of also shitty, that you can't, only do like, oh, I want to only back up apps, but not everything else. So Google doesn't have access to it. That's not really an option. Now, let me explain about the apps. So, it doesn't really back it up, which this name right here is just a lie. And the way this is doing it, supposedly backing it up in quotations, is by basically, when you do this supposed backup, it's as though the phone creates itself a little sticky note for itself later on, that when you're going to be restoring this data on any devices, to go back and download the applications that are written on this sticky note. Now, where it's downloading these applications from would be only Play Store. If applications are from any other sources, number one, it ignores these applications in terms of backup, and number two, it won't restore them, obviously, because it ignored it. So that's already kind of crappy, but it gets even worse when you consider that, I'll just give you a little situation, like a story here. Let's just say you have little Timmy, hypothetical Timmy, and Timmy downloaded from Play Store user emulator when it was still there, from some mad lad that decided that they're gonna post it on Play Store of all places. I have to say, they had balls. In any case, little Timmy downloaded it, was happy using it, playing all his Switch games on his phone, and later on, he decided that he's going to create a backup of this, because user evaporated from Play Store. It doesn't really matter that much, because the app is still on his phone, it still works, and it's all great, but he wants to reset his phone, maybe move on to the new one or whatever, and he just wants to maintain this application that no longer can be downloaded from Play Store. So he creates this supposed backup, which tells him that, hey, all your data is backed up. So then he resets his phone, and when little Timmy moves on to a new phone or goes back to this one to restore the data, he is shocked to not find user emulator. And the reason for that is, in the meantime, when this application was on Play Store, well, Nintendo Avengers came crashing down on the creator of this application, and yeah, he pulled his application from store, because let's be honest, winning against the actual Avengers might be easier than the Nintendo lawyers in court. So basically, the application got removed, but this backup, supposed backup that got created, now, because the application is no longer on Play Store, didn't have a place to download the freaking application from, even though it supposedly backed it up. So that's why I'm saying that this is an awful thing. If an application gets download snapped out of Play Store, well, you no longer can download it from there, and the backup that it created is basically worthless to you. And additionally, I didn't really talk about photos and videos. It's backed up here, but only as the free user, only up to 15 gigabytes. If your photos and videos exceed that, then it gets not sure why it's so hard to say. It gets left behind. There we go. That's what I meant to say. And as a backup of your photos and videos, that's not a really great backup. So luckily we have other options from Xiaomi specifically. So we have Xiaomi Cloud. Now this is basically like Google. I'm not really going to talk about it. Could be potentially a little bit better. I have never used it, so I don't know. But it does limit you to only Xiaomi devices, which to me is pretty bad. At least Google lets me restore this data on any device. Now local one gets you two options. We can back it up to a computer that will be using, I believe, their application, and mobile device. So backup and restore items on this device. So we could basically create a backup of everything that is on this phone to this phone, which would mean that later on you need to go to this phone through like a USB cable connected to computer and just move it from the device to, for instance, your computer. Now these are two ways that you can create a backup, and I do want to point out, I don't know if this backup wouldn't actually force you into using Xiaomi devices as well to like restore it onto there. So that's something that you might want to look into. But one last option, which isn't really listed in here, right? Yep, I don't see it, is going to be the Mi Mover application, which I believe is in the system apps. Yep, Mi Mover right here. And this one is my favorite option. So when you open it up, it gives you two options, either new or old. Now, I will say this up front. This is primarily used for migrating to a new device, but can be also used as a way to back up your device to an old phone that you might have lying around. And this specific application, the Mi Mover, will be utilized if you're moving data to Xiaomi. So you're always going to be using an application of the phone you're moving the data to, not from. And if you have an old Samsung as an example, like I do, I would need to download the application of Samsung that is equivalent to this, which Samsung has Smart Switch. I would need to download Smart Switch on this phone and then open it up, and I would be able to open up Smart Switch on here as every Samsung has it, just like Xiaomi's have Mi Mover. And it will work basically the same way. It's companies create these applications to help you move data to their brand of device and in between their brands, and it's very nice and like works great. But obviously these applications aren't designed to help you move out of the company's brand using their application. That would be a kind of stupid business choice to help you move out of their products using their applications they invested money to create. So you'll always be using the application of the phone that you're moving to. Now, to give you a couple of them from different brands that I remember off the top of my head, potentially that could be all of them. I'm not sure if other ones have their own. But obviously Xiaomi has Mi Mover, Samsung has Smart Switch, Huawei has Phone Clone, Oppo, Realme, Vivo, and OnePlus have Clone Phone, the other way around. Motorola, I think, has a Moto Move or something along those lines. And what else is there? I think that's all I remember. So yeah, you can use any of these applications, assuming you have their phone, and move data to it. And also migrate data to it. Now, once you migrate to a new phone from this one, if this is old, then that's it. And yeah, that's going to be the best way to go about it. Now, let's move to actual resetting. So we're going to go into our settings. And like you already seen, we're going to go into About Phone, scroll down, and in here you'll find Factory Reset. It gets you a list of information of data that will be removed by this process, which you can completely ignore at this point, assuming we have already created a backup of it. But if you didn't for some reason, you get the option right here again. Now I'm not gonna do that, so I'm just gonna select factory reset. Now I don't have any kind of screen lock, but if you did, you would need to confirm it. Once you do, you would see then this window. Clear eSIM data. So in here you can select if you want to delete an eSIM or not. Even if you don't have an eSIM added, never did, it will still show up with this. If you never did, you can obviously also select that you want to clear it. Doesn't really matter. I don't, so I'm going to clear it. If you do have an eSIM in your device, obviously it will depend if you will continue to use this device after the reset. So if you will, maybe you want to select keep. For every other circumstance, I probably would select clear. Now this will almost begin factory resetting. Let's give us a 10-second timer right here, letting us know that all data will be reset for the second time now. And then once the 10-second passes, we can now get info about this being unreversible data removal for the third time. Great. And again, it's blocked by a 10-second timer. So once you click on OK, it will now begin the reset, which will take approximately 1 to 2 minutes to finish up. Probably closer to 1. And when it's completed, we will be presented with Android setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished, and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.